Well, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, the man, the smoothest DJ in the land. It is DJ D Dub from the Groovement. Look, y'all see who I got with me? I got, yeah, if y'all don't know, my bad. I'm assuming. We just talked about that too. You're the assuming boy. I can't assume. We can't assume out in these streets. But first of all, let me wind it back a little bit. We got the Music Gets Me Through podcast. I'm relaunching it. I'm bringing it back to life. I interviewed a couple great artists and a couple great people talking about music and how important music is. That's kind of where I'm at right now with it. If you can see the logo, you saw, I'm kind of on that right now of how important music is and how we really need to tap into that. What you listen to is who you are. I'm just be playing like it's just what it is. What you listen to is who you become. What you listen to in the morning is how your day gonna flow. What you listen to during the day is how the rest of your day gonna go. What you listen to on a daily basis can control your day, your month, your year, your first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, so forth. So my goal as a DJ is to not only spin music on the ones and twos, but become behind the booth, sit right here in this chair and interview people like my boy right here, my brother B Rad, Brad Butler the second. He just have him a brand new fresh baby out the oven, literally not even a week or so old. Um, you know, have that. You also have again, we could talk to our celebrities. We can talk celebrities, they got their shine, y'all. We're gonna talk to them later. But I want to talk to the people that I've been grooving with. I've been talking to my close friends, my family, my audience, the ones I DJ for. I want to talk to y'all and get to know y'all and really ask y'all these questions on how's my music been for y'all, or how's music in general been for y'all in your life? So without further ado, man, I'm talking to my boy. This guy's cold. I remember talking to Brad a few years ago when we both was really getting into our groove on our business, and we really had a really dope conversation on how we wanted to present ourselves to the world and how we both had great gifts, but we didn't know how to really get that going and get that started. And to see him now, he's booking schools here, schools there, talking to the youngins, talking to the kids. He's now a father in parenthood, fatherhood. He on YouTube. I'm just saying, he on YouTube world. You know what I'm saying? He's booked in with he's a coach for the speakers, Next Level Speakers Academy. Next to my boy Jeremy Anderson. I just this dude, I want to tell you in a short amount of time how this guy just flourished in a short amount of time. He's gonna talk about it. For him, it may felt all day and all year and all for a very long time. But since me and him spoke, and I want to say this was probably 2018, 2018, 2019.
I think so.
I want
Yeah,
to say
sounds
that
about right.
when we first chopped it up, and to see him now, almost 5 years later, just killing it. Bro, Brad, what up, baby? What's going on, boy?
Hey, man, ain't nothing, man. To God be the glory, man. I'm just thankful for another day. I'm thankful to be in the position that I'm in. I'm thankful, wholeheartedly, man. My heart is full. My spirit is full, man. I'm being honest with you. I said a prayer in 2000. Uh, it had to be like 2014. And I just said, man, yo, God, if you just help me out, man, help me to, get some things together, get some things aligned properly, bro. I'll be your humble servant. I'll do whatever it is you want me to do. I'll go wherever you want me to go and be whatever it is that you want me to be. And I just kind of stayed on that path. And, I've had ups and downs, peaks and valleys. I've been tested many, many times. But one thing I can definitely say is that things have gotten better each and every year. And man, it's one of those situations that really make you look back on your life and say, you know how people will say, if you can go back in time, what would you change? And some people say, oh man, I would change this, I would change that, or whatever. Bruh, honestly, I would not change a thing about the past, and my past experiences because all of those experiences have shaped me into the man I am today. And if I were to just change one single small minute thing, I don't know how it could change who I am today. And that's just a risk I'm not willing to take. So,
So you wouldn't change the fact that you had to go through some challenges or you had to
mm-mm.
go through some things where like gigs wasn't coming up when you wanted it to be. Like you was going hard and you was posting all day, all night, waiting for that right moment. You wouldn't trade those days at all, like to get that instant hit up, that instant DM when you wake up in the morning, that DM is just right there in your face. You wouldn't trade that.
Nah, bro, because here's why. And anybody who knows me and knows, like my journey and especially, ETA family, all that, man, they know that I started off rocking with Kendall Ficklin.
You know, Ficklin.
And I
Shout
was
out to
going through
Kendall. What
my,
up, Ken?
yeah, shout out to Kendall, man, shout out to Pop. And I was going through my go through, getting it together, getting the business, like the groundwork, the blueprint, the foundation of the grind, hence the name Grindation, right?
Grindation.
And I realized that there were some people who I started off with, in that community, and I saw that they were getting gigs and things were happening. They was getting money and this and that. And I started questioning myself and questioning my gift. And Kendall just kept saying, "Yo, just keep working the system, just keep doing what you're supposed to do." And I said, "All right, fine." And I kept on doing that. And I realized that there were other people who stopped. They stopped
Mm,
working the system, because
mm,
they weren't getting it as easily as they were getting it before. Like some people, it's handouts. People just giving it to them, low hanging fruit. People just giving
mm,
them stuff like part of their
mm.
network, or they had money they could pay to play, right? I didn't have that. Like when I came into working with Kendall and Grindation, bro, I was on my last dollar, bro. I ain't had nothing. Like that's a story that I got to this day. I'll never forget it, right?
I remember the conversation. Yeah,
So from that, I had to learn how to get it out the mud. Like
yeah.
literally. Like I had to figure out, like the first video I ever posted of me speaking was my phone propped up against the mirror in the bathroom, right? And me just pouring out my heart, bro. That's it.
Mm.
That was
Like
it.
it's laying on
It's
on the sink. It's laying on the
on a
sink. You press
45 degree
record.
angle.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bruh, my wife was like, "Why'd you post that? You got the shower curtain open and everything. Like, you just come on, Brad." But that's where I started. That was my truth. And because I learned basically how much it hurts, what I mean, how hard it is to,
Mm,
to actually get to some success, to get a
mm.
goal achieved, like to make, hit some of these strides. Bruh, I'd rather have it that way because I know exactly how to get it done. So if you took all the money out of my bank account, if you took all my opportunities away, if you removed every speaking engagement off my calendar, I know how to get it back. Whereas with other cats, if you just give them stuff, they don't know how to get it back because people gave it to them. It's all handouts.
It's all handout. So you basically know how to survive. You basically right now know how to survive in the game.
Yeah,
Like
it's not even
if you take everything away and they say, "Yo, hey, look, schools are
start
gone,
over.
everything is going to start over." You know the blueprint.
Yeah, if I woke up tomorrow, I look different, I sound different, my name is different, my background is different, everything is different about me, but I still want to have this career as a speaker. I know how to do it.
Mm.
I know how to do it. I know exactly where to start, ground one. And it's just like, okay, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be rough getting all this stuff back because I built up so much momentum and credibility and all that. But I know how to get it back. So I know how to get started, and I'll actually be able to fast track it because I'll remove some of the mistakes that I made in the past.
So let's just get to it. What has music and what part of that did music come in for you? Like in the middle of you trying to figure this out. Like where were you at when were you at your lowest when what song? We're gonna
Oh,
talk about that too. That what song? What verse? All of that. We're gonna get into that. But it's like at what point did you tap into music the most and where it had to that was like did you ever maybe I'm asking too many questions, but it's like, does the music get to you where you was like, yo, these are my top songs that I need in that moment? You know what I'm trying to say?
I
Like,
get you. Yeah.
was these what did I have I had the top three songs? Like for me, if I know I'm about to go through something, I got top 3 songs that I play ASAP.
Hmm.
So in the midst of your go through and what you're going through, do you have those top 3 songs, or did you just have a shuffle of music that you played in the middle of you figuring this out?
Man, I, I'll be honest, music has always been a part of my life.
Hmm.
It's always been a big deal for me, like in my
Hmm.
family in general, like because we be going through it, and music was just our way to deal with it, and just for that small period of time that we were at this family event or whatever it might be, like my mom will come into an event and dance the entire night,
Mm.
like no breaks. She's not sitting down. She don't need nothing to drink. She will dance the entire night,
Yeah.
and that's where I get it from. So
Hmm.
like when we have the events like with ETA, bro, while you up there DJing, doing your thing, bro, I'm out there giving it up because, bro, I feel at home.
So
Like
for
that's
people that don't know, ETA is the Eric Thomas and Association. So me and Brad B, we are connected to Eric Thomas, and Eric Thomas is the #1 motivational speaker in the world. Right now, he's a New York best time seller
Shout out.
for his UOU book. But me and Brad are connected. There you go. There you go. Yo, I wish I had my book, but I gave my book away at
Don't worry, I got
at
you,
an
bro.
event.
That's why we
So
family. I got you.
yeah, that's a fact.
Go get
Yo,
the
look,
book.
go get the book. So we actually are connected to E in a way. And I'm here. I got the audio. I got the audible. You feel me? I just when me and Brad connected in the level of that, we actually connected when in the midst of me playing music. But we're gonna get into that later.
Right, right.
But for people that don't know, ETA is for Eric Thomas and Associates. That's the company.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
So yeah, like music has always been a part of my life. It's always
Mhm.
kind of helped me get through wherever I was at. And man, if I was gonna rattle off three, and that's hard. It's hard because
I didn't mean to hit you too early. You know what
no,
I'm
it's all
saying?
good. But I know at the top of my list is probably Marvin Sapp's praise him in advance. That's probably #1 on my list, bro. Like I can't
Mm,
I don't know what
mm,
I'd do without that one, bro.
mm,
Good, bad, or indifferent.
mm,
Like it's not like whatever it fits no matter what mood I'm in. It's
mm.
always that thing for me. So praise him in advance, Marvin
Marvin, my
Sapp.
Sapp is my favorite, one of my all-time favorites. I know all of his songs. Like
Man,
he's my go-to. So shout out to
that's
Marvin Sapp. Shout out to
yeah,
Bishop.
that's that one for me. And if I'm gonna go into another genre, because I mean I am saved, but hey, listen, I
Yes.
still listen to a little bit of secular music. So
Amen.
shoot, Ace Hood Champion.
Mm.
That Jasmine
It,
Sullivan on there.
isn't he underrated though? Like Ace
He's
Hood
super
is very
underrated.
underrated.
Super
Very underrated.
underrated. Um, and then I'm gonna go back to my spiritual one, and I'm gonna go with mm, it's hard to pick one because I got like 3 songs by my dude, but I'm gonna go with this one, and I think anybody who's heard this song or heard this song by him, they'd be like, man, that song was too short, man. I need some more of that. Like,
So now you gotta explain why then. Why that
yeah.
song? For
Oh,
sure.
come on, man. You already know. Come on, man. Was it Jonathan McReynolds?
Is it make
Um,
room?
Grace.
Grace. Yes. Yes. That's it.
Grace.
I thought the same thing, bro. When I first heard that song, I was like, yo, why is this song so short? Especially when he hit the end, when he get the high
Mm-hmm.
note at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just, I needed your grace more than I thought I ever. And then he just stopped. I'm like,
Mm. I know,
it, I,
bruh.
hmm,
That was my that was it, bro. Because it hit me in my
yeah,
soul, bro. Because it's really one of those songs where it's like, bro, I look at my life
hmm,
and all the things that God has blessed just blessed me with, bro. Like everything that I've prayed for,
hmm,
my career, my wife, my child, my peace of mind,
hmm,
like my sanity, like when I tell you all the things that I used to complain about and struggle with in forms of trauma and stress and pain are gone.
Mm,
Bro,
mm.
I was able to let go of all of those things. Like I struggled in the educational system, bro. I was in special ed classes for 10 years. I have a master's degree in counseling. That doesn't happen without God's grace, right? I struggled with relationships. Like
You gotta get an air horn on that. That's an air horn.
I
You just said special education for 10 years
10 years.
and you have a master's?
I have a
Special
master's degree.
education, when I hear special education, you only hear a couple things.
Hmm.
Not a master's. You ain't hearing no master's.
Right, right.
You're not hearing a master's. You're not hearing somebody that got a master's coming out of special education. So that right there, that deserves the air horn for sure, bro. Oh my
But, but
God.
but even more than that, bro, I didn't have a real relationship with God. Before for a long time, I didn't grow up in the church. I didn't understand certain things. I didn't get the stories. I couldn't quote scripture or none of that. But I always believed that there was a God. Like I believed that there was
Mm,
a God, right?
mm.
That was my only foundation. I was just like, with all the things that were going wrong, it was always, well, God, well, you say you're gonna help me, so can you help me? Can you do something? Not realizing at the time that there was work that faith without works is dead. Really not realizing that was some work on my end that I needed to do in order for God to do what he was going to do. Right. So I learned that over time with maturity. And then with my relationships not going well in the past and me making mistakes and them making mistakes and me accepting things I shouldn't accept and just all over the place being young and dumb. Bro, I prayed that I'd find a woman for me. My other half, right? You know, and I found that and I was able to be blessed with that. God's grace gave me that. I prayed that one day I have a child, and I always knew that I want a son, but if I got a daughter, I'd be happy. I'm not gonna complain, right? But God's grace blessed me not only for my wife to be pregnant, but for me to have a son on the first try. Like
Mm.
for me to be able to continue my legacy. See, because my legacy means everything to me. And it's only with God's grace that I'm here and I have the things that I have, and I have got to be a good steward over those things in order for me to continue to receive God's grace. So
So
grace is a
God,
song that
because I know the lyrics, right?
hmm hmm
I need your grace more than I thought I ever would.
yes,
You forgave more than I thought you ever could.
right.
Look, I'm not reading it. I'm not reading no teleprompter. Like I
Hmm.
know the song.
Yeah, I know the
I
song.
was stronger in my head, but
Hmm.
truth is, I need your grace. So that whole time you're thinking like, yo, you forgave me the times when I messed up.
Yes. Yes. So all those times I was beating myself up or people were talking about me and making me feel lesser than, bro, you showed up and you showed out.
Mm.
Like you redeemed me. Like you make like I look at myself in the mirror. I hear myself talk. Like the way that I move and do different things and decisions that I make and how I think now, I'm a shell of the man that I used to be. Like I'm nowhere near what I used to be. That I'm renewed. I'm a brand new person. Bro, if you met me, if you knew me when I was like 18, 21, something like that, bro, you'd be like, that ain't the Brad that I know. There ain't no way. Now the humor would still have been there, the energy and the passion would have still been there, but the maturity, like the focus, the laser focus would not have been there. Like my wife, here's how I really knew I was doing something, bro. My wife, she already knew that she wanted to marry me and she was happy with, being with me. But she said, Brad, you were already a good person. You became a good man. Like year after year, you just kept getting stronger and stronger and making me want to be a better woman. Like she's like, I didn't expect that. I thought, we fell in love with each other, like we were gonna get married and everything is good and we have some ups and downs, but regular stuff. But Brad, you challenged me each year to be a better person, and not by you saying you need to change this or you need to fix that you fix things within yourself that I didn't even ask you to fix. I stopped drinking. bro. And I'm not even an alcoholic or nothing like that. I ain't have no issues. But I said, in order for me to be the best version of myself, yeah, I can't have any vices. I gotta let go of drinking. I can't do the clubs. I can't do like all that extra stuff, bro. That got to go. Hanging out with yo, that gotta go.
But
In
how?
order
How you
for,
do that? How you just do that cold turkey?
bro, because what I wanted, my legacy meant more than the temporary fixes. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, but the temporary, like getting drunk and stuff like that, bro. And I'm losing time. I'm losing that. Like I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. Only God knows that. So
So
I
that's
gotta
one
make
thing.
sure.
That's one thing I've been telling people too about, like as of recent when it come down to this music thing.
Hmm.
That's why I decided to become this clean DJ, because I didn't want to necessarily tell people, like I didn't want to be responsible for you, right? I know that you
Hmm.
have a passion. I know you have that that thing that you are looking forward to in life, and you also want to change lives. But what if you come to my club and I'm DJing and I'm sitting and I'm playing music that I know is gonna make you go to that bar and get you
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6 drinks.
Right.
And then after that, you hitting the road, you getting on the road, nobody's driving you home, but you feel like you prideful and say, you know what, I, I'm good. Yo, you need a ride, Brad? Nah, I'm good. But I'm playing a song that got you hype and got you all of those drinks. You get behind the wheel, something happened, boom, your legacy is gone. Your
Hmm.
passion is gone. Matter of fact, you gone entirely. So now
Hmm.
me as a great person, I gotta be responsible because you're gone. So
Hmm.
now I'm just like, do I really want to stay in this? Do I really want to stay in this funk of knowing that every time I go to a party, I come home from a party, I'm taking somebody passion away. So I had to do the same exact thing. Let that joker go. Like let that whole club scene go. And I'm
Hmm.
asking cold turkey because it's like that's not easy for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So how
So
do you how do you make it practical for people to
yeah.
know?
So for me, there's always a method to the madness, right?
Mhm,
There's always something to it that's
yeah.
connected to, in some way, shape, or form. So most people don't know this about me unless you know my story. Like my mother and my father, they were both heroin addicts, right? For years they were heroin addicts, and before that, they were very popular drug dealers, right?
Mm, mm.
And so they had their ups and downs and everything. And with that whole situation with, them being drug addicts, when my mother and my father were finally able to like kick their habit, my mom, she went to like the AA meetings and she, saw counselors. My father went cold turkey. He locked himself in the attic and just stayed in there and just sweated it out of his system, right? And I always felt like if my father has that level of determination and grit and and will, that's something that gotta be inside of me. So
Were
I
you
can't
born yet or no?
yeah, yeah, I was born.
Mm.
I was born. Um, so I was like, if that is inside of him, some of that got to be inside of me. So I've got to be able to tap into it when I need it, right? It doesn't have to be that I'm on drugs to be able to tap into that will. It could be that I'm facing these tests or quizzes or homework or my relationship with my wife or being a better effective communicator or going through the struggle of business and being an entrepreneur, whatever it is, like that willpower that my father has and that he tapped into, I got to be able to tap into it too. So when I said that I wasn't going to curse no more, right? That I was going to stop cursing because eventually I'll mess around and slip up when I'm on stage in front of kids. So I said, okay, I'm not cursing anymore. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not doing these things because it could be my downfall later on. It will cause me to lose time. I was like, and my will, the same will that's in my father is inside of me. So I'm going to tap into that and I'm going to use it to propel me forward as a better man, a better servant of God, and a better businessman. And of course, a better husband and father.
Because it comes full circle. It's a win-win. Um, because like you said, it's crazy because I'm in that same boat of becoming that clean DJ. Because I just realized as a very recent, I had a great opportunity to DJ somewhere. Um, and I DJ clean music the whole time, B.
Hmm.
When I'm talking about there was no cursing, no nothing at all. And they had such a great time. and the feedback was like I never saw my place jump the way it jumped. And I'm talking about we had a great time. I had no cursing. It was clean music, everything. And I'm like, okay, so there is such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I started playing gospel music during COVID and stuff like that, because B, before that, I never played gospel music.
Oh,
That's
wow.
breaking that's breaking news. I never played gospel music as a DJ before 2020. Never. So because I didn't think that was a thing. The way I was taught, my foundation in church and my denomination, I didn't think that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't discover my first Christian DJ until 2020. You know what I'm saying? So when I started to do it, and I'm like, oh, this is a thing. I should have did this a long time ago. But of course, like you said, everything happens for a reason. So now when I'm in this space, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, cool. So now I'm able to make this happen. And then I get booked for Christian DJ weddings. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Christian weddings. I'm like, there's a such thing as a Christian wedding?
It's,
I didn't
I
know
guess
that.
so.
I guess so. But same thing with you is like when you start shutting all of this off, like, okay, I'm gonna stop drinking, I'm gonna stop smoking, I'm gonna stop doing this, I'm gonna stop doing that, because you don't want to slip, like you said, on stage. Like kids really respect that. They really feel like, yo, you extra cool because you make it look cool that you're not. One kid last weekend, bro, 6 years old. I mean, not 6 years, sorry, 13 years old. He said, "Man, Mr. DJ, I never heard clean music played the way you played it before.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make me a playlist?" At 13 years old, the same generation that I'm nervous about because of all of the music that's out today. You know what I'm saying? So for you, B, when it comes down to you and speaking, right? What song are you rocking and you bump into before you hit the stage? Or are you listening to anything before you get on the stage?
Um, Sometimes it depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm kind of in the zone where I'm just kind of thinking through, the presentation and everything. And I just don't really need any music.
Okay.
But there's other
Okay.
times where I'm like, I'm I don't know, I'm just feeling real, real good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just real hype. And I'm just like, I need the music to match how I feel inside.
Of course. Of
So
course.
so I might throw on a little was it uh ah man, I think what's his name? 1K Few and
Yes.
Lecrae.
Yes.
Throwing a little move it,
Yes. Yes.
throw move
Yeah.
it on.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I'm ready to go. Then I might throw Amen on next. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Start stretching
Ooh.
out.
Ooh.
And like, yeah, I'm
Ooh.
about ready to get on this stage, bruh.
That's a Church in the Wild. That's a Church in the Wild album.
Mm, mm.
So like,
So,
okay, so if you're not listening to music, then what's going on? What's going on in your head before you hit the stage?
oh man, if I'm not listening to music, I'm literally just kind of collecting my thoughts. Um, Sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm back driving to a big gig, and sometimes I just start thinking about all I've come through, like my very first speaking engagement, how that was, and all the people that told me no, right? All the opportunities that I felt like I missed, and people told me I wasn't good enough or whatever, and I'm just like, man, they missed out, man, because they don't know. They don't know. All you got to do is hear my voice. All you got to do is come see me speak in person, bro, and I'm gonna
Mm,
tear it up for you. That's all you need. I've always been that person where it's like, all I need is a chance. You just give me a chance. I ain't gonna let you down. Like that's why I told Jeremy, I told everybody like who's ever been associated with me, and it was like, Brad, we gonna give you a chance, or we believe in you, or we see something in you. I don't take that lightly at all. You come to me and add value to my life. Oh, I'm about to fight with you to try to add value back into yours. Like with me even like with helping out with ETA in the conferences, they said, "Oh, Brad, we're gonna let you come to the conferences and help out and serve the community." I said, "Oh no, you thought that I was gonna come and I was just gonna help out a little bit here and there and and then just go. No, no, no. What I'm finna do is I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm capable of doing. All my leadership skills, all like the whole disc assessment. I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on show. I'm gonna show y'all that I'm gonna bring out this high I, this 99 I, and I'm gonna get the crowd into it. You know what I mean? And I'm running up and down the aisles and letting them know that this is the place where you can let loose and feel free. Like this is the place where your dreams can become a reality. Like you can like this is that place, like with like-minded individuals where your dreams can be manifested, right here. You don't have to wait till you leave. It's okay to come out of your shell and yell and shout and praise and be like, yo, I'm thankful, to be here. I'm thankful to be around people who like believe that I the way that I believe. And then I can switch it on over to that D, that 99D, where I'll be like, oh, excuse me, sir, that's DDC. Your seat right there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. And that really happened. I was like, no,
And
that's
that really
DDC.
happened.
No, so you going, yeah, okay. No, I got you, bro. I'm gonna make sure you got a place to sit, but you can't have DDC. I'm sorry. That
I'm
we
not
can't
gonna.
do.
You're not gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, that's what and that's why, with everybody up for Tahi and Coach Val and everybody, they'd allow me to do what I do because they're like, yo, let Brad handle this, that, and the other because he's not just here to take. I'm there to give. I'm like, I'm not even taking lunch breaks, and I'm like, I'm not even taking breaks like everybody. I'm not fanning out. Here
Not
is
fanning out.
here's a fan fact for you. Not a fun fact. I said fan fact. Here's a fun fact for you, bro. You know how many conferences I've been to, the masterminds, everything that I've been at with ETA. I've been around the ETA family a lot, right? Bro, I have never taken a picture with Eric Thomas.
Talk that talk.
And I've been right next to him. I've never done it. I've never fanned out. And it's not because I don't want to take a picture with him or I'm above taking a picture with him. He the GOAT. That's my mentor. Like he trained me in Game Changers. I've been through Game Changers. I've been through Extreme Execution. I've been through Extreme Teachers. Bro, I've gotten my tutelage from him. He's one of my mentors, right? But the thing
So look,
is,
let's talk because we talking to the masses.
oh,
So
okay.
for the ones that don't know, Brad is talking about
Oh,
these
okay.
programs that y'all gotta talk to the
You're right.
because this is gonna be global. You feel me? So Brad's talking about Eric Thomas has programs, right? And the Game Changers, Extreme Execution. He has these programs that you can join and be a part of through his community and through his organization. And Brad is actually a part of a lot of them, right? Um, he's also talking about um, when it comes down to fanning out, where you see people they come to serve and they claim that they want to serve, but they only there just to see Eric Thomas. Um, if you don't know who Eric Thomas is, I give you this. You can pause it. You can search Eric Thomas up and you see exactly who he is, and then you can come back. All right, but he's a really he's really the one of them ones where you were like, okay, I've got to fan out, and I see it all the time. Brad sees it all the time when we go to these places. So this is what he's referring to. So go ahead, B. Sorry about that.
Yeah. You see people, they fan out all the time. They stop doing what they're supposed to be doing, which can cause huge problems. Literally, we had a conference, with the men's conference.
Hmm.
Somebody had a seizure right in front of me, bro. If I wasn't on par, bro, I wouldn't have known to run over, make sure we check on my man, make sure he's good. We move him over to the back room. We get the EMTs over there. We didn't miss a beat. The
Hmm.
music didn't stop. The it didn't affect the presenters. Everything went on as it
No
should
one made an
because
announcement or nothing. It was just like nothing happened.
because
Yep.
we handled business. But when you out there and you fanning out, bro, you miss that stuff, and that could have been my man's life.
Right.
And
Right.
I never would, me personally, I never would have been able to, feel right about that. Like, yo, I could have
Absolutely
did
not.
something. I was
Hmm.
in position to do something and make sure my man was okay. And I didn't because I was being selfish, thinking about getting a picture with Eric Thomas. And here's the real thing with most of the people, because they're not even like taking a picture because they want to commemorate the moment, and really want like, because my thing was like, yo, man, I'm gonna get a picture with him one day because that whole when COVID happened, I was like, I'm gonna get a picture with him one day because I wanted to make sure I solidify that with him. Like, yo, man, that was my mentor. He helped me out. I'll take a picture with him one day. But other people are trying to take a picture because they think if they post it, it's gonna get them more followers.
It's a fact.
That
It's a.
that's 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 the one that blows my mind.
Hmm.
It's like, bro, you can't get rich off of his stardom. He did the work. If you want what he has, you're gonna have to do what he did. That's it. That's the only way.
You starting something, bro.
That
You starting something.
I get it. I know I'm the person. I hurt people's feelings. It is what it is. I
Hey,
know it is what it is. But I'm also that person. I challenge people because I don't like average around me.
mm,
Like I don't like that stuff. Like I got some
mm,
people who like I really don't rock with and really don't hang with them like that no more. No love lost, but we don't really rock like that no more because I'm constantly trying to do more. I get on my wife's nerves because you're like, why don't you just sit down? I can't because
can't.
I know what it's like to have that idle mind. And so if any of you out there, if you never read the book Outwitting the Devil, I would say that you need to go out there and get that book and read it or get the audio
Mm,
book because
okay.
one of the main things that it talks about is having an idle mind. And that's another thing that correlates with music. If you have an idle mind and you're listening to music that's going to push you in the direction that you don't feel like going in, guess what? You're going to go in that direction anyway. Why? Because you got an idle mind. You're not controlling your thoughts. You're not controlling your actions. So you just sitting there. They say the idle mind is the devil's playground, and it is.
Mm, mm,
Have you ever heard somebody say to you,
mm,
"Oh man, I'm bored, man. I got to get into something." No, you better go sit
mm-hmm,
down somewhere,
mm-hmm,
or you better find something productive to do. I realize every time that I've gotten to some type of stuff, some type of mess, it's always because I was sitting around or somebody said, "Man, I'm bored, man. I gotta go do something." Or I said to myself, "I'm bored. I gotta go do something." It's like, bro, go play 2K or something like that if you got to do something, play some cards, go talk to your wife or something like that, pay a bill. I don't know, take another shift at work. I don't know, do something, but
He
don't
said
do
pay a
something that's
bill.
going to, yeah, I mean, I'm saying don't do nothing destructive. Ain't you sitting there at 12 o'clock at night, like, oh man, I'm bored. I got to get into something. Bro, you already know.
So
Only
one
thing
thing
you
I
about to
learned
get into is
too,
some trouble.
one thing I learned too, when it come down to this music thing, when a person goes to go commit a crime, go commit
Mm,
robbery, burglary, any type of crime, they tend to listen to a song that's gonna motivate them to get it done,
right,
right? So they're gonna listen to these artists nowadays that's talking about shooting each other and killing each other, and they use that as fuel to get the job done.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that I tell these kids now is like definitely watch what you listen to because at the end of the day, the songs that you think that is okay, the songs that you think that you feel like it could get you to that mode or it can get you hype or that you doing a sturdy too. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of kids doing songs to sturdy, like doing a sturdy dance to these songs. But 9 times out of 10, these songs, if these kids really listen to the lyrics, that's why the sturdy dance came in because they want you to gravitate to the song,
Mm-hmm.
right? They want you to gravitate to the lyrics, but the kids are not really paying attention what the lyrics are saying. And if they do pay attention to the lyrics, they can understand how deep and how dark these
Yeah.
lyrics are. So that's why I kind of like get into this space of really playing some really good, clean music. So now kids can understand, okay, you can still do the sturdy, but let me give you a more positive beat. Let me give you a more positive option to go to, and you can still have just as much fun. Um, let's rewind on the when you was talking about how you was in the front, how you always in the front at the events when you volunteer at these events, and you was at the front. I want to talk about this because you actually was my hype man for this conference. And the conference that he was talking about was the 360 man conference that I end up DJing for with Eric Thomas. That had Jesse Isler, Deion Sanders, had Tabitha Brown, Chance Brown, had Toby, had all of these other artists and individuals under one roof, and I was able and I was blessed to open up the event. Had over 6,000 men and women in total. But guess what? I loved Brad B because Brad B was right in the front. So when he says that they trust him with the opportunities to get the crowd hype, he's running back and forth. And I'm gonna find a clip, and if I find a clip, it's going right in here. It's going right in this part because I'm telling you, he really showed the energy that I need. And he didn't know that. And I don't know if he knew that. Or maybe he do. But that every time I played a certain song or I played anything, I saw him literally jumping back and forth from one side to the next, getting the crowd hype. When I was doing my crowd surf, he was right there with me getting the crowd surf going, jumping across. Some people thought he was crazy, and some people was getting hype with him. But not knowing, for me, that helped me get that energy flowing, get in the crowd going, because I'm like, okay, I'm not alone in this joint. We was with over 6,000 men, and most of them was so prideful. It was in their stance, like, nah, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna get me to move. Like I watch the video all the time of people, just some men, some guys going in, they dancing, and other guys just like stiff.
Mm-hmm.
Some dudes just like, they bopping their shoulders just a little bit, like, but you ain't gonna get me out of my element. Like,
Mm-hmm.
loosen up. But I just love the fact that Brad B was able to really say, you know what, I'm gonna take this thing. And I love the fact that he said it too, was like, I'm not gonna fan out, and I'm not gonna, bro. Me, I've been with E for 5.5 years, and only got two pictures with him. The first picture was back in 2019, when we was doing a mastermind, and then the second one was in Chicago last weekend. And he asked me, he said, "Can I take a picture with you and your family?"
Mm-hmm.
If he would have never asked me, the picture wasn't going to be taken. I had my wife and kids with me, but
Mm-hmm.
the picture wasn't going to be taken. But also, let's talk about this too. When it comes down to music, and like, how do you feel when you're like, how did you feel in that moment when I was playing the songs and I was getting the crowd hype, and then like, it looked like you was just going nuts, right? But like, how did it make you feel internally? Like, just how, what does music really do for you internally? Like, you know what I mean? Does it get
Mm-hmm.
to a point where you just like, well, I'm gonna just play this because it has a good beat. Like, I'm gonna just groove because the DJs is at the top, and I'm in my post, and I just gotta act like I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
what did that do
man.
for you?
Nah, man. I live life,
Mm-hmm.
bro. If I'm a high eye. So my thing is, if I can't have fun while I'm doing it, I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. Like I've done a couple events like in the beginning, and I was kind of like, well, I don't really know how they rock over here with ETA, so I'm gonna stay in my shell, and I'm gonna just kind of bob over here in the corner. I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want no static. I'm just getting here,
Yeah.
but as people started to recognize who I was, my talents, and what I was capable of doing, my leadership ability and things like that, they gave me more responsibility. So by the time, we get to, the men's conference, Fatahi, she got all the confidence in the world in me. So
Mm-hmm.
she's like, Brad, you have full control over the seating arrangements,
Mm-hmm.
right? You pick your team, whoever you want working with you, and you have them help you, to do the seating. And then you good. Whatever you
Mm-hmm.
need from me, you call and let me know. But after that, it's all you. I was like, oh, it's game time. So you trust me, I'm gonna do things my way. So what that
Mm-hmm.
mean? Oh, I want the people in front. One, I need you to have some high D in you so that you can move people properly, get them where they need to be. And then also I need some of that I in you because I need you to make people feel welcome, right? And you got to have a good time. We got to
Yeah.
have a good time, bro.
Yeah.
So when that music come on, you got to be, I need to see you moving, man. I need you to
Mm-hmm.
let people know that this is about to be a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't explain it, but if I got to tell you that it's okay to have a good time, then oh, you can't
Yeah.
really, you can't be on my team. You can be
You
in the
got you
back
got
somewhere,
you
but you
gotta go in
can't
the
be up
back.
here in the front.
Right.
Like
Right.
in the front, man, I had my people up, but we having a good time up in here, bro. The next song I gotta dance for it. It don't even,
Yeah.
I
Facts.
got a different dance for every song you played, bro.
Facts.
So
Facts. Facts.
it just
So
makes me feel good to be able to release and be able to
yeah.
let other people know that it is okay. This is a safe haven. When they were, yo, I know probably a bunch of people don't know this, but after the whole the conference, bro, it was people who like DM me or people who found me and people who like when I was in my hotel getting ready to leave who just stopped like, yo, you the dude from the conference that was dancing and seating everybody. I just
Mm,
want you to just let you know, bro. Yo, you are so efficient when it comes to your
mm,
job and the way that you handle stuff, like and the way that if you had to move somebody, you did it in a nice way. It was stern, but still in a nice way, like, and you
mm,
made sure they still had a seat and things like that, bro. You took care of
mm,
like the friends and family section and made sure everybody was good. And so, like, bro, like you really that dude when it comes to like
mm.
keeping like the momentum going and the energy going. Like, but I really appreciate that. I had a good time
Wow.
just watching you. And I'm
Wow.
like, and he was up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah. He was at the top. Wow. Wow. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that because um and also I loved it too, B, because I was at home. Like you said, it was a safe haven. I was
Yeah.
able to play the songs that I really grew up listening to. I was able to reminisce back in my childhood. I was able to play songs that I literally knew that could get people through. When I played the song Never Would Have Made It with
Hmm.
Marvin Sapp and did that crowd, I could have played Swag Surfing,
Yeah.
but I said, nah, that everybody does that. Let me do the church surf, right? And that's when
Hmm.
I played that, right? Not knowing that's the first I did the swag surf with the 120 conference the year before. Well,
Hmm.
that September. But I said, you know what? This is we gotta respect the house and let me do it this way. And I
Hmm.
did it that way and it came out flawlessly. And again, I just want to thank you for that, for being right there with me in that whole vibe because again, that was something that was huge for me. That was a milestone. Like I never did that in front of that large of a crowd, especially a bunch of men. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I was, able to look at you every time that I felt like, all right, am I done yet? And then I look at you and then I'm like, okay, I got some more work to do. So again, I want to say that, and I know that's way off of what we're going off for, but I just love the fact that I'm able to tell you that now, like you was definitely there when I was DJing and you was right there at the top. You could have been in your element, like, nah, I'm a speaker now. I don't have to volunteer. Like I'm a speaker. Let me sit back and do this and do that. But nah, you definitely came to the top, came to the front, and you got it done. So I just want to say I definitely appreciate that for sure.
Nah, you
Yeah,
definitely ain't gotta thank me, bro. I'm there for you anytime. I can be there for you. I wish I could have been there, in Chicago. But of
yeah,
course, I had the newborn, so I wanted to make sure my
absolutely.
wife was good, baby's good, and everything. But yeah, I would have loved to have been there too, and I'd have tore it down with you there too.
Yeah, yeah,
Wherever
yeah,
we at,
yeah.
with me and you in the building, you DJing, I'm right there. I'm your right hand man. I got you. I'm gonna make sure I keep the crowd involved with you. You ain't never gotta feel like you're alone if I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And again, I make sure that we talk about stories. Again, it's not just
mhm,
about music in this podcast. It's not just music in episodes, just also telling our stories of how we connected, how I connected with these guests that's coming on and how I'm having these like heart to heart. Because again, we talk like this offline too. So let's not
yeah.
get it twisted. I don't want nobody to think that this is because it's on record or whatever. Now we talk like this offline too. So I just like to have conversations and really connect but to add the musical piece to it. So if y'all ever think like, oh well, they not talk about music, they just talk about this. Let me remind you, this has to do with us creating that story and just be like building each other and catching up at the same time. But us adding music and hopefully y'all writing some things down. Do me a favor, put in the chat right now if you got anything out of what we were talking about. And if it gave you any value, and if it did, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share, send it to 3 or 4 people. It's absolutely free. There's no charge for it. Just make sure that you don't be selfish. Just make sure you share this along with the people. B, let me spin this real quick. Let me spin the block real quick. Let me ask you, your wedding, your wedding day. What's your wedding song? What you was bumping on the wedding day, bro? Like, what was your wedding song, man?
I'll be honest, me and my wife was not about to go through all that extra drama with the whole wedding thing. We went right ahead over to a church, had our people to come to watch us, make sure we were straight, and we got married right there and then, and we was good. Now I know I have plans for us in the future for us to
Okay.
like renew our vows and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when we do that, you're gonna be the first person I call, to come DJ that thing for us. You already know what time it is, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
You see how
but
alley oop that real,
you
you know what
already know.
I'm
But I know my wife, and I know her favorite
saying?
song is one of my favorite songs, that two-step remix. T-Pain come on
Mm,
there. You know my back,
mm.
row. Got a lot of zeros. When
Little thing.
when
Yep.
that thing come on, these knees finna get loose. These knees finna get loose, bro. But seriously, bro, that's like our song right there. Like
So okay,
we
so
that's
you
just how
got it.
we are.
yeah, you kind of you brought it back to childhood. So can we talk about that? Like, what was you listening to growing up? What, like, you originally from
Jersey
Jersey,
City. Yep.
so that's house music. That's a house
House
music
music.
arena. So
Hmm.
what was you listening to growing up? Again, like, okay, we grown now, so we can choose what
Yeah,
we listen to. But as a kid, what was you listening to, and what you was bumping, man?
man, a whole lot of R&B, bro. Oh, Jodeci.
Mm,
Take my money. Mm, my Drew Hill. Tell me what you want. Uh, Tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like whole, I'm an R&B head, bro. Like I wear
mm,
my emotions on my sleeve. That's why I speak the way that I speak with the passion and energy, bro. It comes from listening to R&B and back in the day when there were crooners, bro, and they were really trying to let you know how I felt, like letting the woman didn't have a problem with letting the woman know how he felt about her. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
With rap, you had Tupac, Dear Mama, you had Biggie with storytelling. It was all a dream. Like, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm-hmm.
Bruh, man, like music has been something that has really shaped me, given me my style, my swag, my identity. Like when people see me, I wear all black. That's my wardrobe. I wish I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
show you my
yeah,
closet right now. It's
yeah.
nothing but black clothes, black pants, black shirts, black shoes. That's all I wear, right? So that style kind of came from Jodeci. Like it
I ain't
kind
gonna
of
lie, I'm
came.
kind of surprised you got that yellow one, bro. I'm
Oh,
surprised.
but that's the little accent color that I started because I was like, okay, black and white. I need something else. I need a little bit
Yeah,
of accent to go with it. So that's where the yellow came from.
that's what's up.
Um, but yeah, bro, that's my thing. Like that Jodeci swag, that 90s swag, bro. That's me all day long, bro. That all black, the leather jackets and everything, the black Tims, you know what I mean? Like I'm from up top, so I gotta have a pair of Tims.
Gotta have some constructs, bro.
Yeah, bro. So that's me all day and night, bro. That's just who
Give
I
me, give
am.
me, give me, give me top five in no order. Give me a top five artists that you would listen to growing up, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna need the five that you listening to right now. But what was the top five artists you listened to growing up?
Top five listening to growing up:
Yeah.
Jodeci, Drew Hill, Usher. Um, man, 'cause I did hella R&B. Aaliyah, TLC. Boom.
How many relationships you was in as a kid, bro? With
Ah,
all this
man.
R&B.
Yeah, I know, right? Up until my wife, probably like five serious relationships.
And I'm talking about, you was sending love letters, you was sending
Oh,
voicemails, you was doing all of
yeah,
that
man.
growing up, like going
You
in.
you with Soldier Boy, 678 998 212. Kiss me through the phone.
Kiss me through the phone. Ah, yo, all right, give me, give me the top five artists that you listening to right now.
All right, top five right now. All right, so we got Marvin Sapp, we got Jonathan McReynolds. Um, man, I'm trying to think who else. Man, I ain't even gonna front, bruh. Them the BTS, the,
Mm,
the
wow.
I,
Yeah,
I'm not exactly correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm ignorant to it. I'm not sure if they're
yeah,
Asian or if they're
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Japanese or
yeah.
Chinese or Japanese. I'm not sure, but I'm just
They,
yeah.
they one
Uh,
of them ones.
yeah, and I just don't want them to feel like I'm disrespecting them.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
BTS, I don't know what's going on with them boys, but them seven boys is out there dancing it up. I don't know what they doing.
Them
Man,
seven
I'm a
boys.
them boys dancing it up. I ain't even mad at them. Man, they not really like together no more, and they haven't made no music in a long time. But man, when Day 26 was out,
Oh my,
since you've been gone, let me
that's
tell
an
you
air
something.
horn.
Let me tell
Ah,
you something.
since
What?
you've been gone, I
I
just
I
can't
just
seem to
can't.
get it
What?
right.
Oh,
Oh,
what? They call me can't get right.
they call me can't get right. Man,
Oh man,
yo,
what?
Day 26 was so underrated.
Fire,
Me
fire.
and my brother, shout out to my brother Sha. Me and my brother would listen to Day 26 like it was no tomorrow. Like, we would listen to, my favorite song from Day 26 was Got Me Going.
Okay. All right.
That was
I like
that
got
was
me going.
I was a dancer when I was a kid too, so I
Okay,
would
yeah, I
just,
was what?
feel me?
We was all in. Yeah, it was like,
Feel
oh, all
me?
that.
Go, I'm
Like
talking
we was
about
doing all
going.
that. Yeah.
So that was my song, got me going since you've been gone. In my bed, in my bed. Shout out to my.
Wait, hold. I think the last one that they had, which was fire.
Mhm.
um, have you made love lately? Oh my,
Yes, yes. See,
what?
see,
Stadium music.
stadium music, stadium music.
One night. Oh wait, and I know I'm talking about Christian, my Christian faith and all that stuff. But listen,
Right.
one night stand.
Yes. Yes. It's okay. Look, I'm discovering that most of our bishops, most of our pastors, they out here.
Oh, yeah,
They in these
listen, I'm
streets.
married, so that's all for her.
Yeah.
So it's all
They,
good.
I'm talking about musically. Like
Tell
they
tell tell.
they
I'm about to tell CJ to hit the button. Grown man gifts right now.
right.
Just tell him hit the button right there. Tell CJ I said hit it one
Roman
time.
East.
Right.
Shout out to CJ. Shout out to the S2S gang. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, yo, Day 26 was it, bro. I still listen to them to this day. Neo. Let me give you some of mine. Neo. I was always bumping Neo when I was a kid. So this is where I was at with it. Neo, Day 26. Uh, Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Definitely I was listening to T Pain.
Oh yeah, come on, T-Pain.
Cause
The Mass Singer.
you know what I'm saying? Like I
Don't
would
do
just,
that
I'm out here. I was just out here. I was out here dancing. I was a dancing kid growing up. So I just anything with a hard beat, I
with a
was
hard
getting
beat.
in.
Yep.
Anything with that, I was just getting in, partying and dancing in the street and in the middle of the street. I'm just getting it in. But
Hit him with a little bit of that E40.
oh yeah, tell me when to
Tell me when to
go.
go.
Tell me when to go.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
You're going dumb. You know what I'm saying? So look, y'all, we know, and that's one thing I love about music is that once I ask you that question, what's those songs that got you through when you was a kid? You saw how Brighton my man got? Like Brad got like his whole you saw his whole situation light up
You
because
already know.
that's how important music is. So I always want to tell people and I always want to mention to people like, yo, when it comes down to this music thing, like it's a gift and a curse, but there's more gift than a curse. But right now, in the world that we living in, there's more of a curse than a gift when it comes down to this music thing, because a lot of people is getting killed left and right due to the music. But you also can use this music as a tool to help you really get through in life. You can use this tool as Brad is doing when sometimes when he feel like he need to really get in his bag, he can listen to a certain song that he know is gonna get him through. He got his top three. I gave you his top three songs. I gave you his top five when he was a youngin. I gave you his top five when when he's here now as an older folk growing up. Like it didn't really separate itself. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that was growth within the music was he went from complete secular to as a kid. Again, you have no choice as a kid of what you listen to. You just what you listen to is what your environment is.
Mm.
Then he grew up as a man and was like, you know what? Time to put away some childish things and let me start really getting into my bag of listening to Christian music. And that's what I end up doing, y'all. I end up doing that. I haven't listened to hip hop and rap, like today's hip hop and rap in almost 3 years now. And
Yeah,
I'm
it
at
don't even feel the same. Like
don't feel the same. Bro, but how do you feel about that real quick? Like how do you feel about today's music and like did you ever try to tap into it and really get into it or you just said, nah, I'm not even gonna
not
entertain it?
I can't, man. Like all this sounds the same. It all has the same type of feel to it. It almost like I can't really explain what type of feeling I get from it, but it's just like the love ain't there. Like
Mm-hmm.
the love
Mm,
for the actual art
mm,
form isn't there,
mm.
if that makes sense.
No,
Like when you
absolutely.
heard Jay-Z rap, bruh, you could tell he was putting pen to pad. Like that fool was like, yo, like they need to know I'm nice. They need to know I'm not going nowhere, right? When
At 52, he's still doing it.
I was just about to say 50. Yo, when 50 came out, he was just like, yo, they need I gotta put these hits out, boom. And even if his lyrics weren't the strongest that you ever heard in your life, he made sure that that chorus was on point.
Mm-hmm.
What? Ah, but like they don't grind like that no more. Like they don't have that hunger in them like that no more. Why? Because a lot of them are figuring out the way that the industry works and then doing the independent thing, which is fine. I ain't got nothing
Mm-hmm.
against it. Like get your
Mm-hmm.
money, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that the heart gotta be in it, right? You
Mm-hmm.
gotta do it for the right reason. And then we started finding out that a lot of these artists out here, like, well, bro, you grew up in the suburbs.
Right.
What
100%.
the, like I'm not I'm not a rapper. Like we had our little rap group when I was like what in eighth grade, and then after that it was like okay, this is over with. We ain't doing this, right? Because I lived in the hood, and then I moved and I was living in the suburbs. They don't feel the same. You don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to talk
Mm-hmm.
about these different things that don't make you a liar. So I'm
Right.
like nah, that I'm good off that.
Right.
I'm like nah. So
Right.
when I see that stuff, I'm like nah, y'all ain't really about that life.
So let me ask you, because again, you're a speaker, you're a well-known speaker, and you climbing up, and man, and again, I'm proud of you on that. Um, do you use, because again, I'm a DJ, right? And I do this for E a lot. Do you ever use atmosphere music, when you speak? Like, do
I've
you ever
never used
use
it.
music to change the atmosphere and
I've I've never done it. I've never done it before. I've never had the opportunity to like have a DJ that was there, have somebody control the music and do the atmosphere music thing. I think it would be great.
hmm
I'd love to do it. I've just never done it. It's a lot
hmm
of things that I know that I probably would be really good at. I've just never had the opportunity to do it. But I'm definitely open to it. I'm open to anything that's going to help me to get my message across to the people. So if it's like I won't listen to him unless it got some music behind it, well then let's put some music behind it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so
I'm
I
not, but
always, yeah, man. So I
I'm
always
with it.
like, I'm always like to, I like to give, like, throw an advice out there or throw a suggestion out there, especially when it comes down to music. Yeah, just definitely let me know, man, how that goes, because it's a game changer, bro. Like it's a game changer. Cause I when I play for E and he does his speaking, I know exactly when to press it. I know exactly
Mm,
when to play it. I know exactly when to play it. Like that's one thing I love about what I do is like, not to be braggadocious, but you gotta be a student at this. Like
yeah.
and that's why I gravitate so much to you as a speaker and other speakers, because again, I'm a motivational DJ at the end of the day. So we have that connection. You know what I mean? So I know, like, if when he about to go in his bag, I know to hit that button. You know what I mean? So I just love the fact that we get to use this music thing in a different way. And also speaking is a gift of music too.
Hmm.
Because you speaking in a certain melody, you speaking in a certain way where you're trying, excuse me, where you're trying to touch the person
Right.
soul. You're trying to make them shake. You're trying to give them chills. That's what music does.
Hmm.
You're trying to build that adrenaline or dopamine or whatever that you're trying to build, and you're trying to build their life and trying to get that change. So that's a form of music as well. And again, I just definitely want to tell you, bro, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming on, man. Again, if y'all like this, if y'all love this interview, if you got anything out of this Joker, please hit the subscribe, hit the like. Go, we're about to give you all the handles for Brad. It's gonna be the link in the description. Everything is gonna be in the show notes, as far as hit what he got going on, where he gonna be speaking at, and all that good stuff. Brad, do me a big favor, bro.
Yeah.
You do what you do for us speaking. Give. Can you give the audience something that they can go home with, like speaking as far as passion or
Mhm.
whatever that you feel that this world need today. Do you mind blessing the people real quick?
Nah, of course. Shoot. I mean, I know we've said a lot, on the podcast today. But I talked about the idle mind earlier, right? So this is something that I kind of put together and I say it at the end of all my presentations because it's just something that I want people to hold on to. Because sometimes, with a 45-minute, 60-minute keynote, you don't remember everything that I said. But if I can get you to walk away from the presentation remembering this, then I know I've done my job. Be careful of your thoughts because your thoughts become your words, and be careful of your words because your words become your actions, and be careful of your actions because your actions become your habits, and be careful of your habits because your habits become your legacy, because that is how the world will remember you. If you haven't heard it today, this week, this month, this year, or ever in your life, you're going to hear it today. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I encourage every last one of you to make your next day your best day. Why? Because the work you've done today is not enough to get you through tomorrow. Thank you for listening.
That's an air horn. That's an air horn.
Meow, 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 meow.
I love that everybody creates their own air horn. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yo, Brad B, do me a favor, man. Let the people know where they can find you, where they can tap into you. Again, I'm watching you on YouTube and all that good stuff right now, getting in the YouTube bag. Let the people know where they can find you, boy.
On all social media platforms, you can find me. It's Brad Butler the second. That's the way you see it on the screen there. Brad Butler the second. Search that, and I guarantee you'll be able to find me. If you're looking to book me, bring me into your school, your university, your corporation, whatever it is that you have going on, your youth group, all you gotta do is go over to www.bradbutler2.com. That's www.bradbutler2.com.
Can we talk about your book? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Can we can't
oh.
go past your book, bro. We
So
can't
this
go
is the
past your
book
book.
here. Get the glare off it. There you go. Pain,
There you
Passion,
go.
Purpose. My first book that I wrote. It's literally just about my life and my experiences and all that I kind of went through, with me being in special ed classes and my parents being heroin addicts and drug dealers and just kind of the struggles that we went through, different experiences that I dealt with, and all that led up to me becoming a motivational speaker. So if you're interested in my story and learning how I was able to, kind of overcome those forms of adversity and get to where I am today, you can go ahead and pick that up. Just go to the website, www.bradbutler2.com. Grab yourself a copy.
There we go. And then that's gonna actually be all in the description, all in the show notes. The Brad B, the number two. Don't forget it. Brad B, the number 2.com. Man, I'm happy that we relaunched, and I'm glad that I got you with me, bro. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of everything that you got going on. I told you this back in May, and I just told you like the growth, man. The conversations that me and you had once upon a time, bro, about me, you just getting it done. And I'm seeing that we getting it done. Like we
Mm,
talked about us trying to get it done and what can we do. But one thing that we never lost was that passion.
right.
We never lost the passion of what we do. We never lost the music of what we want to do. We never lost that touch. We never lost that feel. We never lost that beat. Maybe sometimes we can't hear the beat sometimes. Like that beat just fades away a little bit, but that's life. That's how life works, right? That life don't give you that constant beat, that constant up tempo type of feel all the time, And I talk about this too. It's like we just got to understand, like everything. We got to tap into each other's BPM, right? And I'll leave with this: like BPM is your beats per minute. As a DJ, you go through beats per minute, right? So when you're understanding what what a beats per minute is, I could be in the 75 to 85 range, 75 to 82 range. That's where your Monica Sogon is. That's where your Boot Up LMA is. That's where your Drew Hill is. That's where your Joe Odyssey is. That's all that is your slow tempo, right? Then you got your 95 to 105, right? So that 95 can be SWV, right? That can be that can be it's your biggies of the world. That can be all of your 90s, your I'm talking about your prime time 90s music. That can be your this is how we do it in your 100s, right? So, but I'm learning now. Let me tap into somebody else's space. Like again, you mentioned you a high I. For those that don't know, a high I means like he's very up. Like so for a high I, his tempo is up into the 105s to like 115. So like his shoulders is moving all day. Like he ain't trying to stop, right? So one thing that I'm learning is you got to tap into somebody else's BPM, and that's what we doing. We tapping into somebody else's BPM that's a little bit slower, right? An introvert, they down in the 70s BP, the 75 to an 82 BPM. They slow pace. They more R&B ish. Me and Brad is more like break dancers. You know what I'm saying? So just the fact that I'm able to talk to a fellow break dancer, you know what I mean? But we able to have those ideas of, man, let's go into a world where there's varieties of BPMs that we can speak to, right? Like he said, he could be a break dancer, but then he can lower it down to a R&B, right? Yo, like this is Dee Dee's chair. I need you to, you know what I'm saying? That's a slow BPM move. The high BPM would have good little scuffle, and without even thinking. So I kind of like give those analogies on what that means, and I just love the fact B that Brad is actually doing that. Like he can do both. He could do both. He can get in on both ends, and I just love the fact that I'm able to let people know, like, let's get into other people's BPMs, and I'm learning that myself. Let's just engage in other people's BPMs, and the more we do that, the more we can collectively come together and make stuff like this happen. So again, I appreciate you, B. I appreciate everything that you're doing. I can't wait to hear you. I can't wait to be on stage with you. I can't wait to open up for you. I keep telling you that. I've been telling you this for a while. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen, and I can't wait. And guess what? The audience is gonna be right here, and they're gonna see the same thing, and they're gonna be in the comments like, D, you said it. You said it. So this is your boy, the man, the smoothest DJ in the land. It is DJ D Dub. The music gets me through podcast. I'm D Dub. That's Brad B. We highlight y'all. We'll see y'all next time. See you on the next episode. Let's go. Let's get it.
Peace.